It is a gloomy day here in Minneapolis, so I figured, you know what, let's make some videos. So what we're going to do and cover today is how to get started investing in real estate. I think this is so critical. Getting the right start will really build a platform and a foundation for you to be incredibly successful. Now, why I love real estate is because you don't have to be a genius to make a fortune in this business. I'm far from a genius. I'm a college dropout. As my mom would tell you for sure, I'm a well below average student, both in high school and in college. But what I did was figure out how to get started in this business, and I was able to build from that success to build this wonderful real estate portfolio that we have now. So to help you guys out, what I did was I came up with a top 5 list of the things that you need to do before you start investing in real estate. Here we go. Number 1, goals. You need to have your goals figured out. Why are you investing in real estate? What are you trying to achieve? Knowing this and being very specific will help answer every question you're going to need to figure out and answer down the road. Okay? Now, what do I mean by this? When Danny and I first started investing in real estate, we were 25 years old. We figured our goal was we wanted to retire by the age of 55 and never have to work again. And we defined retirement as being able to have at least $250,000 each in income coming into us that wouldn't require us to work for that, right? Not salaried income. So we set out and we decided to start buying rental properties that we could pay off over the course of 30 years, and when accumulated, would have at least $250,000 each to Danny and I. So that was our goal. You need to be very specific with your goal. It could be anything, right? Leaving a nest egg for your kids, starting to get your money to go to work for you so you can start to retire at a certain age. Or maybe it's a little bit simpler. I want to buy this amazing sports car, but I don't want to have to use my salaried income to pay for it. So maybe I'm going to go buy a rental property that's going to throw off an extra $1,000 a month in extra income, so I can take that $1,000 to go buy X, Y, and Z. Doesn't matter. Whatever your goals are, you need to make sure you have them and be specific. Don't forget them, and make sure that everything you do when you get started in real estate and when you continue building your portfolio goes to achieve those goals. Stay on track. That's number 1. The number 2 tip for getting started investing in real estate: know the type of deal that you are looking for, right? There are a lot of different ways of investing in real estate. You're probably very familiar with fixing and flipping. It's all the shows that you see on HGTV and DIY, where you buy a property, you fix it up, and then you sell it to somebody else, right? But not everybody necessarily has the skill set to do that or the risk tolerance to do that. Maybe you're looking to make money really fast and you don't have a lot of cash to invest, or maybe no cash to invest. Snap flipping would be a great way for you, a great type of deal for you to get started investing in real estate. That's where you find a property, you sign a contract for it, and then you find a buyer before you go to the closing table. And you make whatever difference you can make selling it to that person for more than what you have it under contract for. Or maybe you're looking to get your money to go to work for you and build a nest egg and build a real estate portfolio. Then those rental properties are going to be the best types of deal for you. You got to know the type of deal, and it's got to match your goals, right? And your skill sets and what you have to be able to invest in real estate. Once you have that, you're then able to go on to step number 3, which is my favorite. Ready for it? Niche or niche. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to go with niche. Niche. Probably could be pronounced a couple different ways, but what you need once you now have your goals figured out, which was number 1, and the type of deals that you're looking for, number 2, now it's the niche, right? What neighborhood are you looking at? Are you looking at houses, duplexes, triplexes, apartment buildings, all of these little nuances, right, are important for you to figure out so you have your blinders on. There are gazillions. Maybe that's an overstatement. There are a lot of properties out there all around the world, all around the country, in your state, and in your city. Some properties priced block to block can change drastically. How much you have able to invest obviously makes a big difference as you pick your niche. Your niche has to match, again, your goals, type of deals, what's available in the market. What are currently deals that are overpriced? Where is there opportunity for growth? All of that has to make sense, and you need to define what your niche is. Okay? For us, when Danny and I got started, our niche was college rentals. We found that there was a great demand around the University of Minnesota for rental housing for college students. We were young, we understood college students very well at the time, and we figured it was a good place for us to get started. That was our niche. We were looking for houses by the University of Minnesota, and at the time, we wanted something that had more than 3 bedrooms, okay? 4 or 5 bedrooms. That's what we were looking for. It allowed us to stay focused, laser focused, as we were looking for properties and develop a skill. We wanted to know those university houses better than anybody else in the area. We didn't care about any other properties. Have your niche. Define it, and then execute against it, and know it better than anybody else. And you will be really ready to get started and ready to move on to number 4. We've already hit our goals. We know the type of deals we're looking at. We've defined our niche. Okay? So now we know the deals we're looking for, and we found our deal. What do you do next? Boom. Number 4, financing plan. You need to have one, right? You need to figure out how you're going to buy those properties. First, figure out and take a look internally. What do you have to invest? Could be a little, could be a lot. The more you have, obviously, maybe the more options you're going to have on the table. The less you have, well, maybe you're going to have to go borrow other people's money to make down payments. Maybe you're going to have to look within and see if you have some sort of asset that you can borrow off of. In my case, when Danny and I got started, we had no money. We borrowed off of a life insurance policy that I had. We were able to get $60,000 at a low interest rate, and we then reinvested that into a rental property. We were able to achieve a better return than I was paying to the bank on my life insurance loan. So we made a spread there, and we were able to start building equity into a house. That made sense for us. You need to look internally and figure out what your situation is, and then figure out what your financing plan is. And there are a lot of them. I will cover financing in another video, and we'll go more in depth because it's a larger topic. Can't just cover as we're doing our top 5, but you need to know your financing plan that works in your situation for you. Then we can move on to our final step, number 5. And we are on to our last tip to getting started investing in real estate. We've now defined our goal. We know the type of deals we're looking for. We have a niche. We have our financing plan in place. What's next? Model. This is a model, right? Not like a long-legged runway model, although just as sexy, right? Because why? It's powerful. This is what's going to tell us, do we buy a property or do we pass? And if we're going to buy it, how much are we willing to pay for it? That's our model, right? So the model ties all the way back to the goal. Danny and I's goal, we wanted to retire in 30 years, right? We wanted to have $250,000 each of income when we retired. So our model, when we got started, was, is this property ultimately going to pay for itself? So is it going to be at least cash flow neutral? Meaning, after I take all of my revenue, I have some vacancy in my rental property because it's not always going to be rented. We assume 8%, right, of revenue is ultimately going to be a vacancy. So we minus that, and then you minus out your expenses, your taxes, your insurance, your debt service, and so on and so forth. And we wanted at least to have positive cash flow. So at the end of the year, that property was earning us money. But more importantly, somebody else was paying down our mortgage, right? And we were building equity. So in 30 years, that property was going to be paid off, free and clear. And it's going to be contributing to Danny and I's nest egg that was going to pay us our $250,000 each. So what was our model? To simplify that, the property needed to make money, right? If it made money, we wanted it. We had all the benefits of the taxes and the depreciation that you get being a rental property owner. We had extra cash coming in, and somebody was paying down our mortgage. So what was the model? How did we identify what the max amount we'd be willing to pay for it? Well, it's pretty simple. If we had a property that was $200,000 and we'd earn at the end of the year, if we paid $200,000 for it, $1,000, yeah, we'd pay for it. But if at $215,000, we'd be losing $200 a year, we were out. We wouldn't pay that. So that was our model. Now it's a simple model. Yours may be a little bit more complicated, but it needs to tie back to whatever your goal is, right? Hey, and that's our top 5 tips for investing in real estate. I always wanted to do this like David Letterman. What a terrible toss. There we go. Look, we'll get more depth into each one of those topics as we go on. We're just getting started with our videos, so please stick with us. Subscribe to our YouTube videos, like it, do whatever else you need to do in all the different social media aspects to follow us, because we are just starting to add content that is really going to help you guys as you get started investing in real estate. It's Danny and I's passion. We love real estate. Really? Yes. But more so, we love what real estate has done for us, helping us achieve our goals. And it can do the same for you guys. We are passionate about teaching these things. So please stick with us and follow us. And we look forward to many more opportunities to engage with you guys.